Rupa, a couple of issues there. One around these protests. Do you think that they should be carrying on? Are you happy with the policing of them? And Chris there making a very direct criticism of Sadiq Khan and his policing of the capital as the Police and Crime Commissioner, saying he's not just done a good enough job.
I mean, look, I think Sadiq Khan has been operating with one hand tied behind his back because we've got swimming against the tide. We've got a very London government at the moment, a whole load of things they've chopped. Do you remember there was that video of Rishi Sunak telling a garden party, I've diverted money away from Labour-controlled areas?
Just a quick fact, the Metropolitan Police has the highest funding per head of any police force in the country.
Please let Rupa respond.
Let's at least stick to the facts.
1,300 new officers under Sadiq Khan. And remember, 20,000 were
funded by the
slashed
government
under this government. So disproportionately, all these cuts have fallen on London. I feel, as Chris said himself, that we've got a long tradition, the levellers, the suffragettes, the diggers, of peaceful protest, as long as it's done without inflammatory language and all those kind of things. I think we have an honourable tradition of protest that should be continued as long as it's contained within the correct limits.
Do you think it will be a big election issue?
I think people will vote on bread and butter issues. I think the fact that we've had double-digit inflation, all these things that have happened, nothing works better than it did 14 years ago.
Is ULEZ one of those bread and butter issues?
To be honest, in my seat, it's within and outside ULEZ. It's not an issue anymore. I think originally it was fear of ULEZ rather than the actual thing, because 95% of vehicles are compliant, and there have been very generous scrapping schemes for the ones that aren't. So I think it's I know it was an issue in a by-election where it hadn't come in, but once it has, I think people realise.
Chris, Rupa thinks Londoners have moved on.
Just £4,000 a year.
It became an issue in the Uxbridge and South Brexit by-election, didn't it? And that was only last year. Are you fearful that it will have a negative impact on Sadiq Khan's chances?
Personally, I feel that where it's come in, it's a good thing as well. It's about clean air. You wouldn't give your kids dirty water. Why should you make that?
Sadiq Khan's own figures show the ULEZ in outer London.